try just for a little, just to warm up your muscles, just a little easy side-to-side lunging. Hold your arms out. You're angled forward. And then just slowly come down. Slowly reach up. Stretch up. Stretch down. And the next time you're down, go ahead and straighten your legs. Look underneath your legs. Bend your knees. Straighten your legs. Bend your knees. Looking underneath, behind you. And the next time your knees are bent, just hold it down. Four, three, 2, and 1. Slowly straighten it up. And then just give yourself a little side-to-side twist. Keep your arms up at shoulder height maybe. You don't have to. And then just start lunging side to side. I'm going to throw a little ab sequence in here in the middle, but first we'll stretch a little bit. So come to one side, pick a side, get your elbow on that thigh, just stretch your arm over your ear. Straighten up. We're going to keep coming into this, sort of make it a little dynamic, and then we'll hold it. One more, and then just hold it down. So think of keeping your bicep by your ear. Try to look past your elbow at the ceiling. Feel this nice stretch all the way down your side, up your side. And then turn towards that knee, bent knee. Bring your hands to the ground. And you're going to bend your knee to the ground. Straighten both legs. Bend your knee. Straighten both legs. Bend. Straighten. Bend. Straighten. A couple more. I'm going to turn my music up. I think it's a little too quiet. And then go ahead and hold your legs straight. Turn, angle that back foot so your heel's on the ground, and just keep your nose towards your knee. So every time we have a hold, think of taking 4 or 5 nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. And then again, we're going to bend your knee, straighten, bend, straighten. So my back heel is coming up now. And then you're going to come forward into a nice low lunge. You can have your knee up, or you can bring it down to the mat. It's up to you. And then take your arms just straight up towards the ceiling. If you want to hold here, that's great. You can have the knee down. And if you can, try to arch back a little bit and look up at the ceiling. If you can. Maybe your knees up. Breathe. Slowly come down. Bring your hands to each side of that leg. Bring your knee down. Put your left hand, put your opposite hand on the inside of that foot and reach up towards the sky. Little spine twist. Come on down. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. And then come down. Bring that knee back. So knees are bent. Reaching back with one hand towards the heel. Stretch up to the ceiling, take your hips forward, reaching back. Doesn't that feel great? Then you're going to come up and same thing to the other side. Reaching back with your other hand towards same side heel. two options for this next one. We're just going to go, you can put your hands at your low back, press your hips forward and just drop your head. Or if you're super flexy, you can reach for your heels. Wow, I haven't been able to do that in a long time. Same thing, pushing your hips forward, dropping your head back. Hold. And slowly come up. And you're going to bring the opposite leg forward that you had before. You're going to step up. So you're going to bend, hands on each side, and straighten. Bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend, straighten, bend. And now turn that back heel so your back foot is flat and bring your nose towards your knee and just hold and breathe. Think of breathing into your back. Let your rib cage expand. Alright, so we're going to come back to dynamic bending and straightening. Letting that back heel come up. And the next time you're bent, bring your hands up off the mat. Knee can be up or down. So if you want to, it's a little more challenging with the knee up, reaching up to the ceiling and looking up at the ceiling or the sky if you're outside. You can drop that knee down. Make sure that knee is behind, the front knee is behind your toes. And you're just reaching up. Bring your hand inside the arch of that foot. Reach up with your right hand or opposite hand for a little spine twist. And then coming down right over to the other side. And bring your hands on each side of that foot, pull your back toe under. Straighten that leg. Bring your feet to parallel facing forward. And just let your head drop down. So depending on how flexible you are, maybe your legs are really wide, and maybe you can get your hands to the ground, maybe you can get your forearms to the ground. Wherever you can come to, just hang here, let that head drop, and breathe. Take a deep breath in, exhale, slowly roll up. You might heel toe your feet together. I didn't do that very gracefully. And then we're just going to do this little side to side that we started with on the other side. And when you're ready, you can hold your spot and just lean into it. Let that arm come over your ear, look up towards the ceiling, opening up your chest. Breathe. And go ahead and come up slowly, heel toe your feet together. See if I can do that better. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. I'm just going to swan dive down. Taking my head towards the ground, letting my head hang down. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. Yes, it feels good to stretch. No, we don't do it often enough. Put your hands on the ground and just walk your feet back. You're going to come to just an easy plank. We're only going to stay here for a second. I just want you to bring your knee to the elbow, opposite side, just opening up your hips a little bit. Side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Press up into downward facing dog. Take your right leg up to the ceiling and then bend that knee and let that heel drop towards your opposite hip. So you're opening up that hip. I mentioned bringing a ball or a rolled up towel. We'll do something else later for that hip too, for both your hips. And then come back to center. You can go ahead and put that foot down. Other side. Take your left leg up to the ceiling. Just go ahead and stretch it up there. It should feel like a nice stretch. Bend your knee. Drop that heel towards your opposite hip. Breathe. Come to center. Go ahead and bring that knee or your toe down by the other toe. Come onto all fours. So low cat-cow. Rounding your back, dropping your head. Inhale, arch, head and hips come up to the ceiling. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Think of separating your shoulder blades. And inhale, arch. Come back to square so your back is nice and flat. Take one arm up to the ceiling, wave hello to the sky, and then you're going to thread that hand in between your knee and your, I'm going to turn towards you, your knee and your hand, and you're going to put the side of your head on the mat, and your whole shoulder from shoulder to the tips of your fingers is engaged in the floor. Your other hand, you can drape over your back, or you can slide it forward. Whichever feels like it gives you a better stretch, and we're just going to hang here for a little bit. 4 or 5 nice deep breaths in. So make sure the weight between your knees is even, so your hips are square, and just your upper body is turned to the side. Again, think of breathing into your back. Deep breath in. Go ahead and slide your hand back or unwind it from your back. Bring it next to your face. Unthread that needle. Bring that hand back. And we're going to go right over to the other side. So this time you'll wave hello to the sky with that other hand. Thread that hand between your knee and your hand on the floor. Side of your head comes against the mat. And then your shoulder to the tips of your fingers goes all the way to the ground. Just breathe. And again, you can either drape your arm over your back if that feels good, or slide it forward if that feels better. Make sure the weight between your between your knees is even. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that hand back in front of your face. Unthread that needle, and again, wave hello at the sky. So now we're going to come to a stretch for your chest. It's one I'm very fond of, but it's easier if you could see it in person, so I'll try my best to describe it. So you're going to come onto your side. So you're going to sit on one side. My front arm is going to come up to a right angle like this. My back arm is going to be at a right angle here or straight, and it's going to go behind me, so it's going to come down. I'm going to turn this way. So you're going to see it either here, or if that's painful, you can straighten that arm out totally. It's less intense if your arm is straight. And if you feel like you need more stretch, now I'm going to turn towards you. So you're just going to hang here and breathe. If you need more stretch, you can bring that top leg and sort of tilt backwards. With your arm bent, sometimes that's a little intense. For me it is anyway. So I'm just going to hang here, but this front arm can regulate how much stretch is happening on the front of your chest on the other side. If you feel any pain, straighten out that arm. Breathe. If you do a lot of push-ups, this is a great stretch. One more nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then slowly, I have to straighten my top leg to come out of this, and press up with your front arm. And then release. And we'll go right over to the other side. So I'm going to do it so you see my back, so you see what it looks like from the other side. So my arm's at a right angle. Front arm is at a right angle going vertically. So I'm going to lay down and hold. And use this front arm. So the front arm can push you back into that stretch. And with a straight arm, you can bring that top knee up and make it a little more intense. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One more nice deep breath in. Straighten that top leg to counterbalance you. Go ahead and press up very easily. And let's come over onto your backs. We're just going to do a little quick little ab thing. So, legs, you're laying down on the floor. One hand is on the mat. The other hand is going to be elbow and knee. So you're going to come up elbow, knee, and finger toe. Elbow, knee, take it slow. Finger, toe. So think of elongating when you're reaching for the fingers and toes. Think of elongating, point that toe. Let's do two more on this side. And one more. And then switch sides. Same thing to the other side. Elbow, knee. Think of extending. Finger, toe. Extend long. Elbow, knee. Finger, toe. So you're extending your leg and your hand onto the floor when you come down. Three more. And two more. And last one. Very nice. Come all the way down. Take your arms over your head. Let your rib cage pop up off the mat. So you're stretching the front of your body at the moment. And now I want you to consciously take your feet to the right side of the mat, your hips to the left side of the mat, and then your upper body to the right. So you're making a crescent on your mat. Then you're going to take your arms over your head, touch your elbows. So you're trying to bring that upper body to the side, and then cross the outside part of the crescent leg over the other. So you're going to increase that whole stretch down that outside curved side. And just breathe. I love this stretch. One more nice breath in. You can uncross your legs, unwrap your arms, and we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So, feet to the left, hips to the right, upper body to the left. Hold on to your elbows, and that can help you sort of pull yourself a little more to that side, and then take the outside curve and cross that ankle over the other ankle. Breathe. more deep breath in. Exhale. Come to center. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, roll it up. Reach it long. Let those hands float down wherever they come. Flex your feet. Drop your head. Try to see if you can get those elbows to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, restack your vertebrae. Very nice. Come over to all fours again. Curl your toes under. And slowly think of taking your hips towards your heels. Take your hips towards your heels. And then slowly straighten your legs into downward facing dog. Press your face towards your knees. One more time, take that leg up to the ceiling. And we're going to go into pigeon pose. So you're going to bring that knee in. Place it between your hands on the mat. And you're going to slide down on that hip. Top of your leg, top of your knee, top of your foot is facing the ground, the one that's going back. And then the front, maybe you can come down to your elbows. And maybe you can walk those fingertips out and lay your upper body on that thigh. Let your head rest on the floor. If it reaches the floor. If it doesn't, if you're on your elbows, just let it hang down so you're stretching out the back of your neck. Breathe. On your next breath in, as you exhale, go ahead and slide those hands in. Place your hands under where your shoulders would be and just press up, straight arms, and look up at the ceiling. And then release to press forward. Curl that back toe under. Come back to plank. Press up into downward dog. Take your other leg up to the ceiling. And slowly come in, bringing that knee in between your hands and settle down onto that other leg. So as always, you can increase the angle of this leg if you don't feel much of a stretch. And then hopefully come to your elbows, and maybe you can walk those fingertips out and lay your chest on that leg. Breathe. Let that head rest on the ground. Or just drop it down if you're on your elbows. Usually one hip is tighter than the other, so you might feel this more on one side than the other. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your elbows under your shoulders, hands under your shoulders. Press those arms up straight, look up at the ceiling. Curl that back toe under, press up, come to a plank, bring your knees down and your hips back. All right, I promised a hip opener, so it asked if you could bring a ball, a rolled up towel, or a yoga block, so we're gonna do that now. So it's super simple. You're going to take whatever device you have, whether it's a block, a ball, and you're going to lay down. You're going to lift your hips and you're going to place that ball, block, towel, or pillow right underneath below the waistband of your pants. So you're trying to get onto your sacrum. Underneath your sacrum, sorry. So you've got that there. You're going to straighten out your right leg, straighten out your left leg. So now your hips are higher than your shoulders or your heels. So you're just going to feel those hips relax. It should not be in the vertebrae of your back. It should be below the waistband, so it's on the flat bone, which isn't quite flat, but so you shouldn't feel any pain in the arch of your back. You should feel this all in the front of your hip. right leg just up to the ceiling. Turn it out from the hip socket and lay it gently down. Take the other leg up. Turn that leg out from your hip socket and bring it down, lay it gently down. You can take your feet a little further apart if that feels good and just hang here for a second. You can take your arms out to the side if that feels good and just breathe. It's like hip opener Shavasana. Two more deep breaths. As you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring those knees, soles of your feet on the ground. Lift those hips and just release down from the top down, from the top vertebrae down. So you're taking one vertebrae down to the mat at a time, slowly, slowly, slowly. Leave that pelvic tilt for 1 sec, so your sacrum is still lifted off the mat, and then slowly release it down. Hold on to your knees to roll up, and just come to easy pose. All right, so you're going to take your arms. We're going to do eagle arms. So you're going to cross one, doesn't matter, one arm underneath the others. So elbow to elbow, right underneath. Then you're going to twist your arms so your palms come together. Okay, so you're going to push those elbows down. You're going to feel a stretch at the top of your shoulders. And then slowly, you're going to inhale and take those arms up towards the ceiling as high as you can, trying to keep them perpendicular to the ground. And just hold it at the top. Couple of breaths here. Feel a wonderful stretch right underneath your shoulder blades. And then slowly fold forward. Now, where your elbows land depends on your, you. It's very personal. Sometimes they're on the outside of your legs. Sometimes it's right in the crook. And I just want you to hang wherever they are. Again, let that head drop. Now from here, leave your arms where they are. Just look up. I just want you to look up, look across the room, using the muscles in the back of your neck. Let your head drop. Look up across the room again. Let your head drop. One more time. Look up. Beautiful. Let it drop. And now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to re-stack your vertebrae, bringing your arms up, 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 and then down, down, down. And then you're going to untwist those arms. You're going to do the same thing to the other side. So the other elbow comes underneath. You twist your palms so they're together. You're going to press them down, hold it down. You're going to slowly press them up as high as you can. Hold it for 2 breaths. Again, you'll feel this underneath your shoulder blades. Very hard muscle to stretch. And then slowly as you exhale, you're going to come round forward and let those elbows fall where they may. Dropping your head. And again, as you inhale, you're going to lift your head. Look across the room. Exhale, drop it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. And exhale, drop. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, restack your vertebrae. Lift those arms all the way up. And then press those elbows down. And then unwind those arms. Take your fingertips over to the side. Take your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop your chin to your chest. Take your right ear to your right shoulder. So you're doing a little half circle, taking your chin down to your chest, ear to your shoulder, chin down to your chest, ear to your shoulder. Now come up to center. Look all the way left and all the way right. See if you can look over your shoulder. All the way left, right. All the way left. And then come to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Just slowly press forward. And just hang here for a second. Arms wide. Head just hanging. 2 nice breaths. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come on up. Nice breath in. Exhale. Press every bad thing that happened today away from you. It's all gone. It's a whole new evening. Thank you guys so much for coming. Have a wonderful rest of your night.